Do you ever feel like you're just going through the motions? You wake up, go to work, you check all the boxes you're supposed to check, but there's a little voice in the back of your head, a feeling deep in your gut that insists you're capable of more, that you're leaving this huge, undiscovered part of your own potential completely on the table. That feeling isn't just in your head, it's a signal. It's your mind telling you that you have untapped power waiting to be unlocked. It's a call to action from the deepest part of you, telling you to stop settling for the life you have, and start building the life you were meant to live. Feeling stuck, like you're living a life that's just a little too small for you, is incredibly common, but it does not have to be your reality. The space between who you are and who you could be isn't crossed in one giant leap. It's bridged by small, consistent, powerful shifts in your daily habits. In this video I'm going to share 7 of them, and these aren't just quick tips or life hacks. These are deep, psychological shifts that will help you break free from the invisible limits that have been holding you back. These are the habits that will help you finally become the person you know, deep down you were always meant to be. So, if you're ready to stop just existing and start really living, stay with me. Practice radicals. The first, and maybe the most important habit, is to practice radicals. Problem, let's be honest. Most of us live on autopilot. We react to emails. We respond to demands. We just get through our days based on what's thrown at us. We almost never stop to ask the big questions. Why did I do that? What was the real emotion driving that decision? Is this habit actually helping me become the person I want to be? We're operating from a place of unconscious reaction instead of conscious choice. This lack of self-awareness is how you stay stuck. You can't change a pattern you don't even know is there. Agitate. Living this way is like trying to captain a ship without a map or a compass. You're just adrift. You get pushed around by other people's expectations, by your own unexamined emotions, and by your own limiting beliefs. You feel this constant, low-grade anxiety because deep down, you know you aren't really in control. This is why you repeat the same mistakes, get stuck in the same cycles, and wonder why your life feels like a loop you can't escape. You're working hard, but you're not making progress. You make changes, but nothing really changes. It's not just frustrating, it's slowly killing your belief that you can actually create the life you want. Solution. The answer is to carve out dedicated time to look inward. Self-reflection is just stepping off the hamster wheel for 10 minutes a day and looking at your own thoughts and feelings with curiosity instead of judgment. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about gentle investigation. Start a journal. At the end of each day, write down what went well, what was tough, and most importantly, why. Ask yourself powerful questions. What emotion was on repeat for me today? When did I feel energized? When did I feel drained? What was one thing I did that wasn't aligned with my values? Studies suggest that the simple act of journaling forces you to clarify your thoughts, which can lead to sharper and more aligned decisions. Another powerful tool is meditation, not to empty your mind, but to observe it. Mindfulness teaches you to watch your thoughts come and go without getting carried away by them. This creates a tiny bit of space between a trigger and your automatic reaction. In that space, you find your freedom to choose a better response. The research is clear. Regular self-reflection builds emotional intelligence and helps you spot the triggers that lead to stress, giving you the power to manage them. It's the habit that makes all the other habits possible, because it's how you see what needs to change in the first place. Habit 2. Cultivate a growth mindset. The second habit is to cultivate a growth mindset. This concept, from the groundbreaking work of Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck, is one of the most powerful mental shifts you can ever make. Problem. So many of us are trapped in what Dweck calls a fixed mindset. This is the quiet belief that our intelligence, our talents, and our abilities are just fixed traits. You're either a math person, or you're not. You're either creative, or you're not. This belief system is a cage because it turns every single challenge into a threat. Agitate. With a fixed mindset, every task becomes a test of your worth. If you succeed, you feel smart. But if you fail, it's not just a setback, it's a verdict. It means you aren't good enough. So what happens? You start avoiding challenges. Why risk trying something hard when failure could expose you as a fraud? You ignore helpful feedback because it feels like a personal attack. You see other people's success as proof that you're falling behind. You plateau, not because you've hit your limit, but because you're terrified to push past your comfort zone. This mindset makes you fragile and stagnant. Solution. The antidote is a growth mindset. The core belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication, effort, and good strategies. It's knowing your brain is like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger it gets. People with a growth mindset don't see challenges as threats. They see them as opportunities to get better. They understand that failure isn't a verdict. It's just data. It's a necessary part of learning. So how do you build it? Start with yourself. The first step is to just notice that fixed mindset voice. When you hear yourself think, I can't do this, or I'm just not good at this, you have to consciously reframe it. Add one simple, powerful word. Yet. I can't do this. ... Yet. Yet. That one word changes a permanent state into a temporary one. It opens the door to possibility. Next, start celebrating the effort, not just the outcome. Instead of only being proud when you get the A or close the deal, praise yourself for the process. Praise the focus you brought, the new strategy you tried, the fact that you didn't quit when things got tough. This rewires your brain to fall in love with the process of growth, not just the destination. It's the belief that you are not a finished product, but a work in progress, and your potential is something you build every single day. Habit 3. Engage in proactive mindfulness. The third habit is a true game changer for your mental clarity. Engage in proactive mindfulness. Problem: the modern world is basically an enemy of our attention. We are constantly pulled into the past thinking about old mistakes, replaying conversations, or launched into the future worrying about deadlines, stressing about what might happen. Our mind is everywhere except where our body is. Right here, right now. We live in a state of constant distraction, our focus fractured into a million pieces. Agitate. This chronic lack of presence is a massive drain. It fuels anxiety, because anxiety lives in the future. It fuels regret, because regret lives in the past. It makes it impossible to focus deeply, leading to shallow work and mediocre results. You feel overwhelmed, not because you have too much to do, but because your mind is never fully engaged with the one thing you are doing. You eat a meal without tasting it. You have a conversation without really listening. You live your life, but you don't truly experience it. It's a recipe for a life lived in a blur, where years blend together because you were never fully present for any of it. Solution: proactive mindfulness is simply the act of intentionally bringing your awareness back to the present moment, without judging yourself. It's not about stopping your thoughts. It's about choosing not to be swept away by them. The science is overwhelming on this. Mindfulness is highly effective at reducing stress and worry by helping you break the cycle of automatic negative thinking. You can start simply. For 5 minutes a day, just practice mindful breathing. Sit quietly and bring all of your focus to the physical sensation of your breath. Feel the air come in, and feel it go out. Your mind will wander. That's its job. The practice isn't to stop it from wandering, but to gently notice that it has, and then kindly guide it back to the breath. Every time you do that, you're doing a rep for your focus muscle. But you don't need a cushion to be mindful. You can do mindful check-ins all day. When you're drinking your morning coffee, just for a minute, only focus on that. The warmth, the smell, the taste. When you're walking, feel your feet hit the pavement. This habit of returning to the present, again and again, is how you reclaim your focus, calm your nervous system, and finally start living your life as it's actually happening. We're about halfway through, and if any of this is hitting home, if you've ever felt that gap between who you are and who you want to be, do me a quick favor. Drop the word potential in the comments below. It's a small way of making a commitment to yourself, to acknowledge that you're ready to make a change, and it really helps me know this message is connecting. Okay, let's get into the fourth habit. Habit 4. Master visualization and positive self. The fourth habit is about programming your mind for success. Before you even start, master visualization and positive self. Problem: for a lot of us, our own mind is a pretty tough place to be. Our inner voice is more of a critic than a coach. When we think about a future challenging, big presentation, a tough conversation, our mind immediately starts playing a movie of everything that could go wrong. We see ourselves messing up, getting rejected, failing. This internal movie is incredibly disempowering. Agitate. When your default mental rehearsal is for failure, you are literally practicing for a bad outcome. This negative visualization fills you with anxiety, makes you procrastinate, and kills your confidence from the inside out. Your self-talk becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you keep telling yourself, I'm going to mess this up, your brain starts to believe it. Researchers have found that how we talk to ourselves has a direct impact on our confidence and resilience. Negative self-talk just programs your subconscious for failure, ensuring you show up as a weaker version of yourself. Solution: you have to consciously take control of your inner world and turn it into a tool for success. This comes down to two practices: visualization and positive self. Visualization is way more than wishful thinking. It's a mental rehearsal. Neuroscience tells us that when you vividly imagine doing something, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if you were actually doing it. Top athletes and surgeons have used this for decades. Spend a few minutes each day with your eyes closed, creating a detailed mental movie of you succeeding. Don't just see it, feel it. See yourself nailing the presentation, feel the confidence, hear the positive feedback. You are priming your brain for success and building the neural wiring that will help you perform when it counts. Pair this with intentional positive self-talk or affirmations. An affirmation is a clear, positive statement in the present tense, like I am capable and prepared for any challenge, or I am focused and confident. By repeating these, you start to carve new neural pathways, reinforcing positive beliefs and overriding the old, negative ones. Muhammad Ali famously used affirmations like I am the greatest to build unshakable belief. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about choosing to build a new truth. It's about becoming your own coach instead of your own critic. Habit 5. Set purpose-driven goals. The fifth habit transforms a vague wish into something real. Set purpose-driven goals. Problem: a lot of people either have no clear goals, or they have vague ones, like I want to be successful, or I want to get in shape. Those aren't goals, they're wishes. They don't have the clarity or the emotional punch needed to drive you to actually do anything. You're just shooting arrows in the dark and hoping you hit something. A life without clear goals is a life of drift. You get pulled off course by every little distraction because you have no compelling vision to keep you anchored. You end up spending your precious time and energy on things that don't really matter to you. And one day you wake up and wonder how you got so far from where you wanted to be. This leads to feeling busy but not productive. You feel like you're spinning your wheels because activity isn't the same as progress. Progress needs a direction, and that direction comes from your goals. Solution: good goal setting is both a science and an art. For the science part, use a framework like SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So instead of I want to get in shape, a SMART goal is I will run a 5,000 race 3 months from now, and I'll do it by training 3 times a week. See the difference? It's a clear target, but a target isn't enough. Your goals have to be purpose-driven. You need to know your why. Why do you want this? What deeper value does it connect to? Running a 5K isn't just about the race. It's about feeling healthy, having more energy for your kids, and proving to yourself you can do hard things. Attaching a powerful emotional reason to your goal is the fuel that will keep you going when your motivation disappears. Once you have your purpose-driven SMART goal, you do one more thing. Break it down into tiny, manageable steps. A big goal is scary. A list of small, daily actions feels possible. Every small win builds momentum and proves to you that you can do this. Clear, meaningful goals are the roadmap from the person you are today to the person you have the potential to become. Habit 6. Practice active gratitude and positive reframing. The sixth habit can change your entire emotional state and build serious resilience. Practice active gratitude and positive reframing. Problem: our brains have a negativity bias. For survival reasons, we are wired to pay way more attention to problems and threats than to positive things. This was great for dodging predators. But in modern life, it just means we live in a mental state of complaint. We focus on the one thing that went wrong instead of the 10 things that went right. We obsess over what we don't have instead of what we do. Agitate. Living with an unchecked negativity bias is draining. It keeps you in a state of chronic stress and dissatisfaction. It makes you cynical. When you're always looking for what's wrong, you will always find it. This poisons your perspective, hurts your relationships, and blinds you to the opportunities that are right in front of you. It's impossible to feel happy when your mind is a full-time detective searching for reasons to be unhappy. You cannot build an abundant future from a mindset of lack. Solution: you have to intentionally fight this bias by practicing gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's an active practice of pointing your attention toward the good. The research on this is incredible. Gratitude is directly linked to more happiness, less stress, and greater resilience. One of the best ways to do this is with a gratitude journal. Every day, write down 3 specific things you're grateful for. Don't just make a list, feel it. Instead of I'm grateful for my partner, write I'm grateful for the way my partner made me laugh today when I was stressed. This trains your brain to start looking for the positives, literally strengthening the neural pathways for happiness. The second part is positive reframing. When you face a setback, instead of seeing it as a disaster, actively look for the lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? This isn't about toxic positivity. or ignoring real pain. It's about empowering yourself to find the opportunity for growth inside the adversity. Gratitude and reframing shift your entire emotional state from scarcity to abundance and build the resilience that helps you bounce back stronger than before. Habit 7. Embrace continuous learning and finally, the 7th habit that will keep you growing forever is to embrace continuous learning. Problem: we tend to think of learning as something we did in school. We graduate, get a job, and figure our education is done. We get comfortable with what we know. We build our identity around our current beliefs and skills, and we push back against anything that challenges them. In a world changing this fast, that mindset is a recipe for becoming irrelevant. Agitate. When you stop learning, you stop growing. It's that simple. Your skills get outdated. Your views become rigid. You become resistant to change, which makes you fragile in a world that is defined by it. But even more dangerous than not, learning is not unlearned. We all carry around old beliefs, limiting assumptions, and bad habits that we picked up years ago. Clinging to them is like trying to navigate a new city with an old, torn-up map. You'll stay stuck, confused, and miss all the new, better routes that are available now. Solution: to reach your potential, you have to be a lifelong student. You have to commit to continuous learning and, just as important, continuous learning is about getting new knowledge and skills. Dedicate a little time each week to read books outside your comfort zone, listen to podcasts, or just talk to people who think differently than you. Cultivate a deep curiosity. Unlearning is the process of intentionally letting go of what no longer works. It's having the humility to question your own assumptions and say, the way I've always done this might not be the best way anymore. This could be unlearning a limiting belief about money you got from your parents, unlearning an old workflow, or unlearning a negative story you've told yourself for years. Ask yourself regularly, what's one belief I have that might be holding me back? What's one skill I need to stay sharp? What do I need to let go of to move forward? The ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is the key to thriving in the modern world. It is the ultimate habit for ensuring your potential is not some finite thing you find, but an infinite capacity you develop for the rest of your life. So, there you have it. 7 powerful habits to unlock your potential. Practice radical self-reflection to truly know yourself. Cultivate a growth mindset to believe you can change. Engage in proactive mindfulness to reclaim your focus. Master visualization and positive self-talk to program your mind for success. Set purpose-driven goals to give your life direction. Practice active gratitude to build resilience and joy. Embrace continuous learning and unlearning for a lifetime of growth. These are not quick fixes. They are fundamental shifts in how you operate. That feeling of untapped potential you have is real. It's a promise of the person you are capable of becoming. But potential on its own is just sitting there. It's the application of these habits, day after day, that turns that potential into your reality. So, my challenge to you is this. Don't try to do all 7 at once. That's a recipe for burnout. Just pick one. The one that resonated with you the most. The one that made you lean in a little closer. And commit to practicing just that one habit for the next 30 days. Build that one cornerstone. Then, when you're ready, you can lay the next one. Because your potential isn't a destination. It's a path you walk, one intentional step at a time. The journey starts right now. Thanks so much for watching. If this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button. Let's keep growing together. Now go out there and start building.